Got a knife review here of the Kershaw od-2. Great knife. Comes out pretty fast, as fast as you want it to. It's not assisted. I'm sure a lot of people already know about this knife, but not assisted at all. You know, there's no thumb stud, so the only way to open it just by the blade, just with your fingers. But it's got this cool little contraption which isn't hooked to the tang at all. You see, you only move this 90 degrees, and the blade comes out a full 180. Let's see if I can do this slow. So it kind of doubles your speed. So it open every time, no matter how dry it is. The only way this isn't going to open is if it gets seized, or you just can't push this thing down, because this is literally like a lever action knife. But it's pretty cool. A little kind of a twist on the old flipper. You know, I got a Skyline here. This is your traditional flipper, which is connected to your tang of your blade. So, you know, it's actually your blade. It actually becomes your part of your choil at the end of it, or guard, whatever you want to call it. But you see, the flipper does a 180 and the blade does a 180, as opposed to the od-2, where you go 90 degrees. The recess is right there in the handle, and the blade comes out. Get some stats on this. Very tiny knife. One of my favorites, because you don't even know it's there. You don't even know it's there so well. This is my second one. I had one a couple years ago, and just before I got to review it, lost it. So I ordered this one up. This one hasn't even been carried, but I ordered it up to do the review, and I really like this knife. I'll probably carry it sometime. Got that spear point blade. It's awesome. And let's go through some of the stats. It's got an 8CR13 MOV blade. Just a cheap steel. Easy to sharpen, easy to dull. My other od-2 came very dull, to the point to where it barely cut. It tore through paper. You know, it wasn't like the really cheap knives where it just, and then you just rip it. But I mean, it actually cut it, but just tore through it. This one came. This is the. I don't have any paper on me right now. I'm not prepared for my knife review, I guess. But it slices decently through paper. So I don't know if that was just the older ones that came dull. I know some of the other reviews from back in the day, they said they came dull, but this one came relatively sharp. One of the downsides, and I consider a downside, it's tip up only carry. I prefer tip down, but since you got all this equipment up here, you're not going to really be able to get a good tip down carry. So it is reversible, so right or left hand, and just love this knife. Let's go back to the stats, because I keep on getting away from them. But let's see, blade is 2 1/4 inches. It's got a nice stout little blade there. It's 3 1/8 inches closed. So then over its weight is a nice 1.4 ounces. So like I said, you don't even feel it. Let's get a close up. Everyone likes close ups. If my camera, there we go. See, I already got something here. Kershaw 8CR13 MOV, 770 patent pending, Lee Williams designed, China. The texturing on this isn't too strong. I wouldn't say, you know, oh, it's rough. I wouldn't say it's slippery, but you're not really going to be stabbing stuff. I mean, this is a good stabber. Actually, my old one, it's probably how I lost it. I was using it as a throwing knife, which is stupid, but I had fun. The tip, which I also broke off in the older one because of throwing it, very fragile. It more bends than snaps. It's kind of a softer blade, but I bent mine to the point to where it did snap. It did a nice curl, and it snapped off when I hit something, probably the wall with it. But one of my favorite knives. It's a great knife. Just a cool, even if the knife wasn't so good itself, it's just, I would buy it even if it was a cheap off-brand knife just because of the function of the flipper here. I think it's really cool. And I like my little knives just because I got a lot of crap in my pockets, and I need a nice tool on me. So guess that's about it. Nothing really else I can say. Oh, MSRP on it is $29.95, which you're not going to pay anywhere for it. I don't know why anybody bothers putting them in the reviews, but everyone puts it in there, so I decided to put the price in there too. So, I mean, you can find one of these on, any blade website or even Amazon for about 10 to 13 bucks. So, you're looking for a cheap knife that's a brand name. This one came sharp, my other one didn't, but it's a soft steel, so it's easy to sharpen up. And it's pretty cool. Locks up good, no play. So, knife review on the Kershaw od-2. Thanks for watching.